Hello everyone and welcome to VRML Channel 1. Today we're bringing you a few games, for our first one being Tropical versus Helios, a golden matchup for the region. I am Mioli and today I'm joined by NightFiree with Alocoste on the cams. NightFiree, how are you feeling about this matchup today?
I'm stoked. When you get into this sort of this is pretty high up here. These teams are on their way to climbing the ladder to be able to compete for a spot in that Challenger Cup, right? I mean, when you're in this rank 24, 23, we're in this gold, you're trying to get up there, and this is going to be a good matchup. These teams at this level are very skilled, and I think we can expect some pretty fast and exciting plays today.
Yeah, you definitely can't sort of count out gold. Gold is a good region to be in, so even though you may see more gold teams this season than you did last season, well, taking the fact that people have increased their skill, but also more teams. But it's definitely going to be a good matchup. I feel like these teams are fairly evenly matched, quite similar in the placements and on the ladder, so it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have. Well, let's try and get predictions out here so you guys can be gambling away those channel points on who you think's going to win. Yeah, both squads. We have both squads in lobby ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. When you the skill range of these of the league as a whole has really just elevated, I would say. Over the course of each season, players just keep getting better and better, and it's what makes the master tier so exciting. It's what makes the whole diamond tier and gold tier so exciting, and it's fun. You get to see sort of who are the up and comers, who are the players, the teams that are playing consistently, playing in the league and doing pretty well. And it's squads like these in the gold division that you sort of get to get an eye for and see where the overall sort of league stacks up. And again, if you are new, there's still plenty of space to play as a new team. The bronze division full believe me, of new players and new teams joining constantly throughout the course of a season. And so if you just want to play competitively, get your beak wet in the VRML, just because it's week 8 of this season doesn't mean you can't join right now. I think it's why we've seen such continuous growth, Ollie. I mean, geez, I don't think I've seen a week where we haven't had a new team.
Yeah, it's constantly growing, more teams every week, like you say, and it's just a good learning opportunity, because playing with maybe teams that are better than you, or if you get a coach for your team, you can just learn just new things that you might not learn from just playing regular public matches. So it's definitely a good thing to use to learn more skills, but also it adds to the game, because once you hit level 50, especially for the quest players who don't have access to combat, it's there's not really much to do anymore. But of course VRML just adds more. You constantly want to get up the rankings, you want to just get higher, get silver, get gold, wherever you want to beat those teams that you maybe lost to before. It just adds more fun to the game.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't see the prediction option here in my dashboard. I'm trying to find that prediction start for you guys where you can gamble the points, but I'm not seeing it as an option. So we'll have to revisit. Maybe we won't be getting predictions in now. Hopefully we can get them in this block at least. We got a ton of games, and we're diving in right now to round 1.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be Helios with the headbutt, nearly going in off the headbutt, which would have been a nice start, but we'll just miss, and it will be in the hands of D Gardner of Tropical, who will just get the clear through. But Helios will just get a headbutt off it again, back into their side, and it will be Tropical getting there first, going for the backboard shot, and it will connect for the 3, giving Tropical an early lead.
That is, hey, a nice start to the round. A 3 of all things to be able to push it in on the outside of that zone. Really nicely done. See how Helios reacts on their offensive joust. But yeah, as I expected, a quick start. These teams zipping around, that disc flying around. Here's some good passing to kick off this offensive joust. The stack trying to come out and apply some pressure, but the forward pass is a success. This is going to lead to a one-on-one as the double stack does come down in time to stun out. No offensive pressure there to assist, and they must have been brawling in the midfield. There's the triple stack, and now comes the attack. That back clear, very nice. Here comes the setup, Ollie. A good attack and the shot. Almost a three-pointer, but just inside the zone. Sir Unity finds 2.
A fairly quick response from Helios. We'll put 2 on the board for their side. Now just a 1-point game. Just about a minute 20 into the game as well. It will be Tropical taking Joust advantage. Already a close game. I mean, no outstanding team as of yet as the pass goes over to D Gardner. D Gardner trying to dodge that defense. He will be successful now. Taking a nice bounce pass over to Madhouse will be successful now over to D Gardner, who is getting pressure. He'll go for the shot, but the save from Sir Unity will deny that one. But straight back into the hands of Madhouse, who will get stunned by PS, and PS will just not get the clear. Will just get stuck just barely in the mid.
A solid defensive sequence there from Helios. They really, the snag from Sir Unity, excellent grab, and then the follow-up stun and push to get this disc now in the midfield. Now they're pushing up into the zone of Tropical, trying to set up for an attack. A nice shoot to the bottom half of the zone, but he gets stunned out again by that double stack. He's playing spoiler on the attack for Helios. The clear is pretty good and does slow down, at least for now, the Helios offense.
Will be Sir Unity picking up the disc at the back, just making his way forward slowly. Looks like all the teammates are occupying the defense, but not any pressure on the disc, as a nice sequence of passing comes through, and Padman will find 2 points, putting Helios in the lead by 1.
Yeah, this is it. This is going to be the series. This is going to be the back and forth. You know, it's 1 point lead now, 3 minutes in. Not exactly a high scoring, but I mean, hey, this is certainly, if it keep up this momentum, it will be. So excited to see where this leads as the clear kind of floats around through the tunnel and does end up into the hands of Helios. A slap there keeps it inside the midfield, but nice snag from Slimy. And they're going to set up here. That triangle was going for that setup, but the pass goes just a bit wide up top. The stack there for Tropical, and they're going for a stack clear push up there, but didn't get a good clear down tunnel, and now they're going to be kind of vying for dispossession as it floats inside the zone of Helios.
Now scrambling for the disc, no one able to pick it up, but Madhouse will be eventually able to pick up. All his teammates at the back not set up for any passes. He will get the back pass over to Icy though. Icy just barely missing the pass over to his teammate as he was getting pressured by a member of Helios. PS now trying to get the slap out. Will just take some hits off the Geo and will not make its way out. Welsh guy now at the back will just lose it off the wall of that trench area there, but he will be able to pick it right back up for Tropical. Now making his way forward, sending it down to D Gardner. D Gardner making his way forward, going for the shot, but Sir Unity with a nice save back into hands of Welsh guy. Welsh guy looking for a teammate, looking to make another push. He goes to the backboard, and a Madhouse will put it in for the 2. Tropical now regaining that lead by 1 point.
And man, they had a 4v3 advantage there for a while. Padman floating with some technical difficulties in the midfield, and they just couldn't get the disc. You know, there's really great defense again coming in from Helios to weather that storm, but ultimately, even with that great snag, he couldn't prevent what was a very good setup pass to the backboard. And now comes again a rebuttal. This is gonna be the back and forth. This 1 point lead. I'm willing to wager is going to be traded pretty frequently throughout the rest of this round. As here comes the attack. A good pass set up. They're just outside the zone. That stack almost there to play spoiler. But they're aware of it now. They're trying to go some quick passes. Here comes the toss. Padman finds 2.
And it will be Helios regaining their lead by 1 point now. A bit of a back and forth. Both teams gaining a lead by 1 point, but then the other team just managing to take that response and gain their lead. Now it will be Tropical taking Joust advantage. Rolling out will be Icy taking the QB, sending a quick pass over as he does get pressured by that fast stack. Madhouse now sending it forward. We'll just bounce off some Geo and we'll go across. Luckily into the hands of Welsh guy. Welsh guy now making his way forward. He will get pressured, but he will get past that defense. Sending it to the backboard. We'll just miss that pass and it will go into the hands of PS.
That would again have been that backboard attack setup that they had found success with already, and good for it to be disrupted. The clear is successful. This is a great clear. Actually, there's 2 down here. Could have been a 3-point opportunity if they'd been able to snag that in time, but instead they're going to find a nice open 2. Sir Unity puts it in. And this is the first time, well, not the first time, but 3-point lead now into the hands of Helios.
gaining some distance on their lead now. It will be Tropical taking just advantage again. Rolling out, it will be Madhouse taking QB this time. He will send it over to the tunnel, picked up by D Gardner. D Gardner looking to make his way forward, but he will get stunned out, and PS will pick up the disc for Helios. Looking for that long shot now, and it will make its way in. Now in the lead by 6 points is Helios.
Man, and that's well, one of the first shots we've seen this series. That's been a half-court shot. You know, at this level, these players are very capable of making those shots. They know the angles that they need, and they know how to sink them. I mean, that was a great long-range three-point backboard shot, and now they've turned this game very quickly into a 2-goal lead. If they can get another one here with 3 minutes left, it's just going to be a really great way to push this up. They're going to attack. A great backboard pass. Gets stunned out. An excellent push out there and stun on that backboard attack, but still, it's into the hands of Helios as it floats around in the zone.
Now back in the hands of Sir Unity. So Unity sent it over to Slimy Thrower, making his way forward. A nice cross pass over to PS, relieving that pressure off the disc. PS now sending it back to Slimy. Slimy making his push towards the goal. He will just get stunned out and miss, just barely missing a good stun from a player of Tropical. It will be Sir Unity recovering though, sending it back to Slimy Thrower. Slimy making his way forward into the bubble, looking to juke out that goalie, but still gets the stun off just in time for him to drop it. And now the slap from Tropical clears it into the mid.
A really nice dive there to get that stun, but they just can't seem to get this disc out of their zone. Helios somehow managed to keep holding on to it as they do finally apply the pressure. Here comes finally the full clear. Maybe they can attack. 2 minutes left. It's still a 2-goal lead. They've managed to weather this storm, and as I say that, Padman finds himself a half-court 3 to make it a 3-goal lead.
Well, at this level, you just really don't want to keep that goal super open like that, because we've seen twice now, players of this level can just, from that distance, can just shoot it, and it comes to a point where a half-court to high-level players is just another simple 3. So at this level, you really want to have someone at the back to cover that goal, to stop any short opportunities. So now Padman is making his way forward. There is a goalie in there this time, but he is not getting pressured. Making his way forward, and the goalie, nice save, will deny that, as he does try to jump and slam it. Now the clear comes through.
Here's the attack coming in from Tropical, trying to get themselves some points on the board here in the later half of this round. Going to go for an anchor shot up off the shield. Misses it. Goes wide on the lower end. Still able to get the rebound, set up for another attack as he gets stunned out and the disc floats into the zone of Helios. Still doesn't get into the hands of Helios quite yet. Finally able to get slapped away and cleared downrange. And this is most likely going to be round 1. Going to Helios, but geez, what a round 1 it has been. A close series for the majority of the time that we've been watching here. And what's round 3? What's round 2 going to deliver is the question I'm already thinking.
Definitely. I mean, gold is like, it's a good level, but at the same time, teams are not as quick to adapt. At least most teams. So it could just be that maybe they slowed down their play. Maybe they realized, okay, we're going to get beat this first round, so let's slow down, see how they sort of react, and then counter that in the second round, and, maybe bring us into a third. Maybe they'll blow them out of the water in that second round. Who knows? I mean, we can't read minds, so we'll just have to wait and see, really.
No, you can't. Yeah, it's going to be, I guess the kind of, the fun of it all, too, though, is at this tier, you do have those swings, and so we'll see, and if they can reset their minds a little bit and come back in round 2 fresh, it's going to be a good one because they managed to keep it close for 7 minutes of round 1. Either way, Helios managed to lock in the first one of the day. A reminder, if you're just tuning in, that although you may have missed a round, there's plenty of games today. We got, I think, 3 or 4 more games lined up after this. So a nice block of Echo Arena action delivered to you by the likes of It's Ollie, It's Me Ollie, It's Not Me, It's NightFiree, but It's Me Ollie's here. And then we also have Alocoste on cams. It's going to be a good little afternoon, a good night if you're on the EU side of things. So be sure to stick around. I mean, hey, again, we still got round 2 coming up here. This is going to be, at this rank, it's still going to be, it's going to be fun to watch.
Definitely will be. At this rank, they can adapt, so
Yeah.
like we just have to wait and see
Yep.
how they adapt if they can. I mean, it could just be that Helios is good enough to adapt to their adaptations, if that makes sense. Because if that does happen, a team sees that the other team has adapted, and then maybe they get scored on and rethink, okay, they've adapted, so how can we adapt? Just at this level, it's just highly, well, not highly, but unpredictable to know what the team's going to do.
A bit of a scuffed launch coming out here as Padman seemed to be a little bit AFK as they launched out. I think he's back in time, though. They should be into a regular old 4v4, but the clear comes down. Thankfully, they have one in the backfield, P5 or PS waiting. And, maybe they are trying to make sure that they don't open up that open goal 3. They know the danger. As a good stack and clear comes down, Padman just misses it up on the high end. Still is going to be able to grab it and set up for the attack. It's a 1v3. Here's the full defense, though, and now they're going to have to push through Tropical's full force of a defensive setup. The stun comes in, and the disc floats wide high in the zone. Snagged by Slimy. He's going to attack. Shot on goal goes just a bit wide. Scooped up by Padman. The pressure continues.
Now, a nice reset over to Sun Unity, relieving that pressure off the disc. We'll send it over to PS. PS now, a pass up to Slimy. Slimy just dodging that defender, and he will send it to backboard to Padman. Padman making his way forward, but a nice save from IC. Will deny that goal, and he will just clear it back out into the mid. Picked up by IC again, who will get it out fully into the blue side. Or lose this now. It will be a race for this, and it looks like it could be Helios getting there first. PS will pick it up for the side of Helios.
Yeah, all of Tropical stunned out in the midfield when I panned back here to see where they were. Everyone was in a brawl. And this is a good clear. Could lead to something. No. Nice snag by the stack there, sort of disrupting what could have been potential attack. Madhouse surrounded by Helios opponents, tries to clear it out, but can't quite get it. And here comes the back and forth. Really good passing, but steal coming in from Welsh guy. Manages to just kind of slip through that offense and snag the disc. The question is, can the stack get here in time? It can. This may be an open 3 goal. No, it goes just a bit high. Able to get it off the rebound and find 2. Tropical takes the lead in round 2.
First goal coming in took a lot longer for this first goal to happen than it did in that first round. 1 minute 51, whereas in the first round it was like 20 seconds, something like that.
And it was a 3.
And it was a 3, yeah. But now Helios taking Jazz advantage. A very slow rollout for the side of Helios, but Slimy will get it off to PS. PS making his way forward. He isn't getting pressured. Now as Welsh guy does come in, and he will miss the pass over to his teammate across the field, but it will be recovered by Slimy. Slimy trying to send it forward, will bounce off some Geo, and that Tropical stack is there to pick it up and send the clear through, but so Unity will deny that clear.
And that's just a good offensive setup coming in from Helios to have that sort of back in the midfield to get those rebounds. Now it's set up the attack, the pass, the shot, things off the corner, the rebound coming in from Sir Unity. Follows up his pass down range and manages to get 2 to tie things up.
Now tied up, it will be Tropical taking Jazz advantage. A fairly quick response from Helios, 36 seconds. But now Tropical taking Jazz advantage. Just like, looks like they did just hit the door there, which could be dangerous. Yeah. But Madhouse is able to get there in time. It doesn't look like Helios was pressuring it. But now giving it up, there will be Sir Unity taking the disc. Trying to get past that defender. He will just get stunned out, but just barely gets the pass off to Slimy. Slimy now making his way down to the ground, but Welsh guy will be there to steal it, but a quick stun from Slimy will get the disc back for the side of Helios. Now trying to dodge that defender in that corner. Will be successful as he does get that stun off. Now making his way forward, looking for the pass. He goes for the pass below to PS. PS making his way forward, but IC with the save again. IC not allowing any goals to go past him.
Man, this series so close. These teams really just battling for dispossession here. Finally, a setup, an attack from the bottom of the zone. PS jukes the defense and sinks in 2 to get his team the lead.
Now just under 6 minutes remain. It will be Tropical taking Jazz advantage. Helios in the lead by just 2 points. So still a very small lead. Still anyone's game. Will be IC taking the QB. He will get stunned out this time by the Helios stack, but Welsh guy is quick to pick it up, sending it over to Madhouse. Madhouse now making his way forward, looking for what looks like the long pass, but he will just bounce off some Geo, not making its way to the intended target, but back in the hands of Madhouse. He does get stunned out, and PS, he's able to pick it up, just barely getting out as he was being pressured by that tropical defense. Now Welsh guy's there first, but stunned out by the Helios stack Padma, making his way in and going for a slam dunk for the 2.
Yeah, and you know, a nice 4-point lead now for Helios, halfway through this round 2. And this is sort of where Tropical had issues in round 1. You know, if they can now, they really just have to reset here. They have this offensive joust advantage. If they can roll this out effectively, like they're planning, it will be nice. But that's going to be a bounce pass. That's going to instantly get punished and scooped up by PS. Going to force this whole offense to slow down and reset, and then give time for the defense to snag a steal. Padman looking to get himself 2 under the guise of 3 defenders. The clear doesn't come in, and this stays in Helios' possession.
So Unity now, we'll get that pass over to Slimy. Slimy across to PS. PS going for the backward shot, and it will connect for a 2. Helios now getting a nice comfortable lead. In the lead by 6 points. Tropical with 2 points as we approach the 4-minute mark of this second round. They need to start getting some points on the board. They can't let Helios take off with the points, otherwise it's going to be really close.
This lead starting to get a little bit large here. 6-point lead now. They're lucky it's been 2s, you know, and they haven't sunk any open goal 3s or anything like that to really sort of carry themselves, get themselves really ahead. As finally, maybe Tropical can set up for an attack. This defense of Helios really getting out there and applying the pressure in the midfield, forcing good passing out of Tropical, and they've had some issues. They've had some passes go wide. Good bit of hand juking there. Does allow for the back pass. Forward pass up here off the roof. Does go down and is scooped up by Surrey Unity. He's going to look for the full clear.
Will be picked up by Madhouse, denying that clear. Will make his way forward, sending it over to Welsh guy. Welsh guy now going for what looked like could have been a backboard pass, but we'll just get stunned out as now a close shot, but a nice save from Surrey Unity. Just inches away from going in the goal, and now the clear comes through, and it will go into the hands of Surrey Unity again. Surrey Unity going for the long shot. Will not be able to make it, but now picked up by D Gardener for the side of Tropical.
Yeah, you know, a nice attack. They've managed to snag a couple of rebounds, follow up off those rebounds, but ultimately Surrey Unity in that goal, doing some work, and he's done great in that goal all day today. As almost a shot off the bottom of the zone there. But it's just been a tough series. It's been tough for this Tropical offense to break through the shell of Helios, and now the attack comes in from Helios. It's a bit of an awkward pass up to the top of the zone, goes wide, and is slapped away. Maybe Tropical can get a rebound and get something going here in these last 2 minutes.
Now a steal, but a steal back in the hands of Padman. Padman will do some juking, so just sending it back out to PS. PS now back down to Padman. Padman just doing some dancing around on the ground. He will not send it over across because D Gardner is able to read it, just hitting the post off that clear though. Now trying to slap it away. We'll take some bounces in terms of Surrey Unity. Surrey Unity quickly getting that pass up to Slimy. Slimy making his way forward, sending it over to PS. PS going for the shot, and he will put it in for the 2. Helios now with an 8-point lead.
A really nice, you know, meta sort of cross and shoot. You know, you get that perfect cross to the center, and those are just so hard to contest when you have a quick pass like that. And so just a really nice setup from Helios to get themselves some points, and a bit of a slow rollout coming in there from the likes of Tropical does allow for Helios to get here quickly and already on the attack off this offensive joust. There's a bit of a steal. There's another steal. The re-grab. The shot dings off the top of the zone. And things are wild here in the last minute of this round.
It just gets stunned out there, and Welsh guy is able to pick it up as we do approach the last minute of this round now. Yep. Struggling to get any of these clears out. Looks like most of their clears have just hit off some Geo and went back into their side. Now in the hands of PS, but a nice save from Madhouse. Looks like it was quite a fast shot there as well. We'll deny another goal, and now the clear will finally come through, but Helios is there first.
Helios' stacks have just looked really good today. You know, they've been very quick on getting back into their zone to get these rebounds. It's been slowing down any sort of offensive setup that Tropical could try and muster, and then they just keep attacking. This may be another couple of points. No, another ding off of the top of the goal. A quick rebound, another shot. The pass, actually, to Padman. He'll find two. And yeah, this will be it. Round two getting locked in by the likes of Helios, 12-2. A solid performance.
Definitely a solid performance from Helios. Their passing and their stacking, everything was on point. They hardly missed a pass. They had just very quick stacks, got together quickly, and actually the actual speed of the stack was quick. And just, some of the shots were just wide and just dinging off the goal. Just unfortunate shots, but those happen in goal. I mean, goal is the sort of area where the players have good shots, but they're not perfect. Like you see maybe Gravity or Phantoms who have way like super accurate shots. Gold is up there, but they still will miss a little more shots.
Yeah, hey, at the very least, it's good. It's good spectate feel, you know. You get wild back and forth like that, and it's fun to watch, at least for me. And so, you know, a great series between the two, but ultimately Helios just performing better there. And while it is the end of this series, we still got plenty of games to coming down the pipe, right, Ollie? I mean, I don't know what exact. I can pull it up. We can get the details of what's coming down.
I can tell you, we do have 2 master games going on towards the back end of this block of casts, so you definitely gotta stay tuned for that. It's definitely gonna be good, fast-paced game, and it will be Phantoms actually on both the master games. I can't remember who they're playing, but
I got it up. I got it right here. Next up, we got Elusive versus Jinx. Then we have Hyperion versus Phantoms, and then Blank versus Phantoms.
Well, with that being said, we'll just take a short intermission to move into our next match, which, as NightFiree just mentioned, is Elusive versus Jinx. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
up to Ninja Knight. Ninja Knight behind the goal, and Street Boo with the save, denying that one. So Street Boo really on full display.
Tortoise and Anubis to get themselves another 2 and stop what was 6 unanswered points from Dust Bunnies. There's that header, the 3-point header off the Joust.
Hey, 1 minute left. The thing is that there is still a lot of time for at least a goal. Some Ducks moved through that mid lane. That was risky as anything. That said, briskly down the lane, Cosmo claiming back the 2.
Grumpy is going to stun out Franz. Tracks it down. All the way down towards the bubble. A good chain there. Andy with it. 2-on-1. Again, single shot. What a stop. He sends that one away, and Jail Graham's going to pick it up, turning it around here for Ethereal.
Back to Aiden. Aiden now sending it over, but vacant. Well, the Steel picking it off, and Breezebo trying to walk it up the floor here for some more offense. 4 minutes left.
Yeah, Phoenix really doing a great job of passing, working it along the baseline. Jason now on the baseline.
To Titan. Titan looking for that crossover. Oh, just a fake. Titan, the take. Oh, but not the make. A grab here from Grumpiest Broom. Can he do it again? No. Steel Sky, the heroic grab. And Steel Sky.
They're not letting this league get carried away. And they're applying the pressure into the zone of Extinction as Extinction gets the clear.
Oh, only that, the shot. Dazzling here. Off of
Hello everyone and welcome back to VRML Channel 1. For our next matchup we have Elusive versus Jinx. Looks like it is a silver matchup this time, so a little sort of downgrade for them from the last matchup if you will, but still definitely gonna be a good one. Because it's Mioli, and joining me on the cams is Alocoste. NightFiree did just hop out for the next couple of casts, but don't worry, he'll be back for the last one hopefully, but you know, this is just like a voluntary thing, casting, so can't always expect him to be available, but it's fine because you got the best caster here, you know me, of course, everyone knows I'm the best caster, so it's fine. But we'll just ping these teams, make sure they know they are able to get ready, and we will just get started in this matchup. Both these teams, I think, they had a pretty good showing from what I've seen from their previous matches, being even though they're silver. Like, to be honest, we can't judge everything off of ranks. Kano, what do you mean? How does someone with a high MMR have a lower ranking? You mean like, because sometimes the MMR updates were without the actual like star ranking being updated. Maybe you have to play one more match, or just updates later on. The site isn't super responsive, as in like it doesn't change it straight away, I guess. Cosmic also, I'm a bit. I don't understand what you mean word of advice. EU games are more focused on the game itself instead of commentary. But anyway, we'll be in this first round. Shovel Shuffle will be taking it for side of Jinx. Over to Amri. Oh no, this again. Oh no. Jinx, the blue player from Jinx, will sink it in. 4-2 now. Jinx taking an early lead, 2-0. Yeah, it's probably not updated fully. I mean, the site is like, it happens sometimes. Now, Elusive taking just advantage. Just a missed pass will be in the hands of Shuffle. Now sending it forward into the orange bubble. It will be Army getting there first. He will not sink in. It looks like he was about to. Send it over to Shovel, and Shuffle will put it in for a quick 2 now. Jinx 4 points in the lead. Elusive now rolling out. It will be that player taking QB, making his way forward in a stack. Looks like they're going for a dribble, just missing that. Just a little maybe miscommunication now as Isaac goes for the shot just high, but picked up by Cheesy going for a shot, and Raylan will save it, but he will just have the momentum that brings it in for the 2. Elusive now with 2. Jinx still 2 in the lead with 4 on the board. It will be Jinx taking just advantage. Cosmic, I still have no idea what you mean. Is more gameplay based than you like my casting? Is more gameplay based or what? Now Isaac with that stop, but right back into hands of that player from Jinx. Will send it up to the nest. Going for the shot, but Cheesy is able to save it. Now sending it back out. Just getting stuck in the mid, picked up by Elusive. Elusive now looking to clear it, but Amri will pick it up, send it up to Shovel. Shovel getting pressured. He will get will be a double stun. Now picked up by the side of Elusive again, sending it back to Cheesy. Cheesy now looking for the clear. He will just miss, and it will just go back down into corner. Now picked up by Jinx. Cosmic, don't worry, I go off on tangents as well. Okay? You just not being here to see it, as now a shot comes through from the side of Jinx. putting them back into a 4-point lead, 6-2 in favor of Jinx. Also, Cosmic, I think that's just based on the caster. Like, you've probably not been in a lot of my casts, especially solo. Solo, I tend to go off on my own a bit when it's just me casting, you know. But it's not always tangents, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. There's now Clear comes through, nearly going in, but picked up by the side of Jinx. Jinx looking to make their way forward. Will just be a miscommunicated back pass, looks like. And it will be back into the hands of Amri. No, it won't be because Isaac is there with the stun. Now getting the clear back out. Now Jinx picking it up. We'll just get a slap up, but back in hands of Cheesy. Cheesy looking to make his way forward. We'll just send a pass up to his teammate. Now looking for more pass opportunities. We'll just send it right back over to Isaac B. Isaac B going for the long pass down to the ground. It will just bounce off the shield and will be picked up by Ground Dog. Yes, that word sneak was you know, honestly, I don't know how you expect me to. I know I'm the best caster, EU, right? Maybe global, but yeah, I can't fit in a word like that. You want me to drown now, do you? Okay, I see how it is. You can waste your channel points. I'm not going to do anything for you from now on. I'm joking. Anyway, the clear coming through from the side of Jinx. Now will be picked up by Raylan. Raylan going for the shot. It will just be wide. Now picked up by Not a Trap. Not a Trap sending it back. Picked up by Isaac. And Isaac will get the clear through. Back over to the blue side. Gems. Yes. Oh. Of course. This happens again. When I'm looking at the chat. They score as usual. Now. Cheesy putting it in for the 2. Will be a 2-point lead, just a 2-point lead for Jinx now. Elusive with 4, Jinx with 6. Quite a close game, this one, to be honest, as Groundhog takes QB. Tries to send it over to his teammate on the right, but he will just miss. Picked up by a player from Elusive. Now the clear will come through, back into hands of Groundhog. Groundhog looking to make his way forward, but he will just get stunned out and picked up by Elusive. Gems, these are silver teams. I don't know the actual standings, so you just have to I guess search it up yourself. So now that slap, it looks like that slap was going in actually, but the defense is there to stop it, so we'll just be not cleared out. It will be picked up by Shovel. Now resetting it back to Groundhog, and Groundhog just taking his time. They are in the lead. They don't want to give up any more points, especially since they're in their own side. And now the clear comes through the top, picked up by Shovel. Getting pressure, going for the long shot. It will just ding off the goal. That was a close one. But we'll just be the rebound will be picked up by Shovel. Sending it back to Groundhog. Groundhog now looking to make his way forward. He's getting pressure, but we'll just duke out that defender. But a good defense from Elusive will deny that pass. They will just miss. And now the clear comes through back to the blue side. Now it looks like it could be a long shot attempt that was going in, but the goalies are there just in time to stop that goal. Now trying to clear it through, but the backline defense from Elusive is there to stop that. Sending it across, but it will just be a missed pass. Now Groundhog able to pick it up, stacked with his teammate. Looks like his teammate will just steal it. Maybe a tactical steal, as we see those sometimes. Now trying to go for the clear. We'll just take some bounces, but it will make its way back. Is it really that hard for you guys to say Shovel? I don't find it that hard. Now it's clear trying to make its way through, but will be picked up by Elusive. Now just the sun comes through, and I'm not sure who that was, but Shovel now receiving the pass, making his way forward. He will just get stunned out just in time. Now trying to clear it out, but Raylan is at the back to stop that clear. Creepy face. What creepy face? Mine? You can't even see my face. So shush. But now, trying to send it across. Amri will just be stunned out, and the clear will come through. No, it won't. Now it will. Looks like it could, maybe. No, it won't be an attempt. As now, just bouncing back into the hands of Elusive. Looks like going for a shot, and it will just be wide. That was a close one. Trying to get the clear through, but picked up by a player of Orange. Now going for the shot, but just a little too slow. The goalie is able to react and save that one. Raylan now with the clear back into the Orange side. I would face cam it, but I don't have a face cam right now, sadly. Now is a shot attempt, but not a trap is there to pick that up after the rebound. Trying to get the clear through. Will be picked up by a player of Elusive now, making their way forward, but caught by Raylan, who will get it through, and it will just ding. Just nearly making its way through, but picked up by Amri, who's able to put it in for the 2. Now Jinx in a 4-point lead. You mean, is it confirmed to cast? Oh, no, or to play. I'm not sure. I think so, but you'll have to discuss that in a DM with my captain. Not on stream, maybe. But now, as Isaac takes a QB, we'll send it over to Not a Trap. Not a Trap making his way forward. We'll send it forward to his teammate now. Sending it across to Cheesy. Cheesy back to his teammate. We'll just go low, and it will just get stunned out. Picked up by Groundhog. Groundhog looking for the clear, but it will just go a bit high of the tunnel. Picked up by Isaac. Isaac trying to get it away, and it will be successful as now it is in the hands of his teammate. Not a Trap. Not a Trap going up for a fancy pass behind the back. Will just miss his teammate, and now picked up by Groundhog, who will try to get the clear through. But it will be slapped by Shuffle into the Orange side. Now picked up by Amri, going for the shot, and it will just be low. Now picked up by Shuffle, going for, looking to make their way forward, but we'll get some that. But Groundhog is able to pick it up, putting in for the 2. Sealing this first round will be going to Jinx. 10-4 in favor of Jinx with a 6-point lead. Will now be a break between the rounds. Jinx taking that first one. Jinx able to make a lot of goals. They played well. Both teams played well, but because Jinx able to just capitalize on the missed passes more. Just their defense was a little stronger. But even then, their offense, pretty much most of the times they went for an offense, they were able to get a goal from it. Not to say that Elusive's defense wasn't strong. They definitely had some good moments there. But let's just take a quick look at the stats. For the side of Elusive, we have Cheesy with 2 points, and as we know, Raylan did bring it in for a self goal as he couldn't stop himself. Not sure who shot that one though, so maybe you'll have to rewatch the VOD if you really want to find out. But on the side of Jinx, we have Amri with 2 points, Groundhog with 2 points, and Shuffle with 6 points. A few assists throughout both teams, and quite a few saves as well. We'll now be getting into the second round of Jinx versus Elusive right here on VRML Channel 1. A slow rollout, but it will be in the hands of Cheesy. Cheesy able to pick it up off that head, but dodging that defense. Not dodging that defense. Shuffle will not be a trick. Try and get the clear through. And they will just take some hits off some Geo, picked up by Isaac B. Isaac B sending it forward, but the defense from Groundhog, he's able to pick it up and send it through back to the Orange side. And now picked up by Shuffle, putting in for the early 2 points. 27-second goal time, and it will be Jinx taking the early lead. Does VR count as a sport? I don't know. Probably. Depends on the game. If it's Echo, well, yes, but I guess it depends. Echo definitely does. I mean, Echo is so physical. Like, you're jumping, ducking, you may as well be in a gym. But now sending a cross pass over to Cheesy. Cheesy making his way forward. Sending a long pass up to his teammate. Now just duking that player out. Making his way forward, and he will put it in for the 2. Now tying it up 2-2. will be Jinx taking Joust advantage. Now Groundhog taking the QB will make his way forward, not passing yet. Looks like his pass opportunities were covered. Now try to send the pass across, but it will just take some hits off the wall and Geo. Now a quick slap from, I believe it was not a trap, getting it to his teammate getting pressured, but Shovel Shuffle is able to get the stun off, going for the long shot look like, but Cheesy is there to stop that. Now getting the clear through, and it will make its way all the way through into the blue side. Say the funny name on Steam. Yes, on Steam. This is what it is, a Steam. I won't get demonetized. Should I just call him funny name? I'll just call him funny name. Yes, funny name. We have funny name on the side of Elusive. It looks like a player player hasn't dropped, but I don't know what's going on exactly. But there has been a timeout. Maybe some ping issues, maybe just cooling down. But we will wait for the teams to quickly unpause as soon as they can. Just looks like funny name does actually have fairly high ping. I can't tell whether that's below the cap or not, but the cap, it is below the cap. The cap, if you don't know, for EU is 150, so if it's the ping, then technically they can continue the game with it fine, because it is below the cap, so technically no issues. The cap for NA is also 150. And for OCE, I'm pretty sure it's 250. I think it's just mainly because there's less servers in OCE, and OCE also counts as Asia. Now I see that now. Some other players are jumping past the cap, spiking, so maybe they're just waiting for that to get sorted. Yes, but you can still play on even if you do get spikes that are over the cap, but if it's consistently over the cap, then you can't play, or you have to resolve it. No, it's not against the rules, just spiking. If it's consistent, then it is, but if it's not, then you can play. Spikes, I think if the spikes are like extremely frequent, where to the point where it is affecting gameplay as if it was just consistent, then I think it becomes an issue. But just spikes are fine, even if they are over the cap. When you get better Wi-Fi, just play Echo VRML. Yes, get better Wi-Fi. We can all afford it, right? Yeah. As Cosmic is pointing out, it's that if anyone's wondering about the rules about ping issues in a VRML game, and they do also have. Is it 5 minutes or 15? I think it's 15 for a technical timeout. So they have up until 15, maybe, or 5. I think 5 during a round. The player has just dropped now, so maybe they did have a disconnect and just didn't drop from the lobby. So we'll wait for that player to get back in. Hopefully it's going to be resolved once they get back in, and hopefully we can unpause and get back into the match. His ping is awful. Funny name? He's from, what was it, like Arabia, I think? That's why his ping is really high. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. That's why his ping is like 100, but it's below the cap, so it can't. It's allowed. Looks like we have got the player back in, and we will be on pause. So it will be Jinx taking Jazz advantage. Coming out will be Groundhog taking the QB. We'll send it over, but we'll take some hits off the Geo. We'll make its way through all the way into the orange bubble, or nearly into the orange bubble. Now picked up by Amri. Amri, who will lose it. Shovel Shuffle will pick it up momentarily, but stolen by Not Trap. Who will try to send it through, but it will just go high over the tunnel. Picked up by Groundhog. Just looking at the chat. Yeah, you have some people in there. Captain Wigglepants, obviously a mod, is just confirming that for you guys who are unsure. But now, Isaac with the slap, but picked up by Groundhog at the backline. Will deny that clear. Now sending it forward over to Amri. Army now making his way forward onto goalies. He will just ding it off the rim. Looks like he was trying to place that very close to his side of the goal, trying to get it away from the goalies. Now another unsuccessful clear, but Funny Name is able to pick it up and send it through into the blue side, but it looks like Jinx is there first to pick it up. Amri Army sending it through and back into the orange side. Now we'll just bounce back into hands of Amri. Amri going for a long shot, but it will just be wide of the goal. Now back into the hands of Groundhog. Groundhog making his way forward. Going past that defense. Going for a long shot as he does see an open opportunity, but just barely missing. Back into hands of Rhythm. Rhythm trying to send it across, and it will be successful over to Amri. Amri now just barely getting that pass up to Groundhog on the net. Groundhog making his way forward, and he will be able to put it in for the 2. Now tying this game up 4-4. Looks like we have had a player drop, so we will have another pause. Again, just so we can get that player back in and continue the match, hopefully. Hopefully it won't take too long. At the same time, I'm sure you guys love staying here with your favorite caster, so it's okay. I mean, you guys can confirm that I am your favorite caster, right? Right? Of course you can. Probably punched his floor trying to save that. What? I'm not sure. Because there was 2 goalies, I'm not sure who you're talking about, but it did look like one of them was disconnected even before the shot. Yes, fave, that's good, that's good. Yeah, there was some impressive saves last match from both sides. So, yeah, there were fairly good saves last match from both sides. You'll just have to rewatch. Your team was screaming. Well, that's not new, is it? I don't mean just to your team. I just mean a lot of teams scream, especially in VRML matches when they're hyped, because, you know, if you're gonna win, I mean, you're gonna go up the standings, gonna increase your rank. It's all exciting. Can I cast Clockwork's first match? That was today, wasn't it? I think that's already passed. Clockwork versus Dolphins, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's already passed today. It was today. So, can't. Yeah. Yes, Lazy Goblin, I am casting the Hyperion game as well, which is right after this one. Hyperion versus Phantoms. Gems, you can upvote a game if you want it to be casted, but it doesn't really guarantee it to be casted. Like, the upvotes give us an idea of what people want to see, and it does have a little bit of impact when we're deciding what games to cast, but overall, like, it's not the main deciding factor, right? We cast anything at a time that we're available. Like, if there's only bronze matches in a block at the time that I'm available, then I'll cast those bronze matches. Like, is based on kind of based on what people want to see and what the casters might think would be a good game, but also the games that are available at a time that a caster wants to cast. It's like if I want to cast at 7, then and there's only bronze matches at 7, then I'll cast those bronze matches. Looks like we have had a player switched on the side of Elusive, so we'll be continuing with this game. Will be Elusive taking just advantage, the game tied 4-4. It will be Isaac B taking the QB, trying to send it over to Notrop, and it will be connected. Notrop sending it down to Casby9, sending it across to Cheesy making his way forward, going to the goal, going for the shot, and it will ding off the head of Groundhog and in for the 2. Elusive now 2 points in the lead with 6 on the board. Jinx with 4. Just approaching the halfway mark of this second round. Will now be a fast start from Elusive. Will get the steal off and put in for another 2. Elusive now 4 in the lead. See, this is why you can't judge it off purely off the ranks. I mean, did you see the speed of that stack? Bear in mind they are silver, so you know. Groundhog now trying to send it across. It will just be a missed pass and covered by a player of Elusive who will be able to pick it up and send it through back to the blue side. Picked up by Isaac B, who is making his way forward towards the bubble, trying to dodge those defenders, but they are able to read him, and Groundhog will pick up the disc. I mean, my game is going to be starting at 7 on Friday. Will you be there? I might. Depends. Is it 7 what time zone? Because I'm an EU caster, so my time zone is GMT. So if it's 7, like one of the NA times, then probably a bit less likely for me, but because it's just going to be later for me. But I'll see. Not guaranteeing anything though now. Picked up by Casby. Casby sending a long pass up to Cheesy, and Cheesy putting it in for the 2. Elusive now gaining a lot of distance on their lead. 6 points in the lead now. 10-4 in favor of Elusive. Just about 3.5 minutes remain on the clock as Jinx takes just advantage. I feel like the difference in silver versus diamond is not huge. It is. It definitely is. But now the disc picking up by Amri sending it up to Groundhog. Groundhog sending a, looks like just to be a clear, maybe a missed pass. Nobody is able to pick it up as it does just bounce in the bubble. But Shovel Shuffle sending a pass up to Amri. Amri going for the shot, but Cheesy is there to save that one. Now with the clear. Hydrate. Oh, I gotta hydrate. 1 sec, guys. Let me just hydrate. You can't just waste your points for nothing if you want me to hydrate. Okay. Now the clear coming through from the side of Elusive. Groundhog picking up, but we'll get stunned out. Isaac B now with the shot attempt, and it will go in for the 3 from 25 meters. Now 13-4 in favor of Elusive. Looks like we could be getting a 3rd round, and based off of the amount of pauses we had, we may have to skip the next match, unfortunately, based on just because we are going to be really late. So looks like we'll have to skip the next match just because this is looking like it'll be going in a 3rd round, and we have had quite a few pauses this match. But now as Amri just going for the reset, faking out that defender, but Groundhog is not able to get the duck off, and a pass will be sent over to Isaac B. Isaac now making his way forward, but into hands of Raylam. Raylam now trying to get the clear through. Someone should update the channel points picture to an arena list. That's actually a good idea. Might have to consider that. Might have to bring that up because that is actually quite a good idea. Not thought of that for whatever reason. Groundhog now going for the clear into the orange bubble. Less than a minute remains. Casby picking up the disc for the side of Elusive, trying to get the clear through. We'll just get past that first back of Jinx, but really I'm just able to get there first. Trying to send a quick pass, but it will be missed. Rail now picking it up again for Jinx, sending it over to Shuffle, making his way forward into the bubble. Looking for the sharp 10, trying to send it back to Groundhog, but will just be too far for Groundhog to catch, but he will be able to recover it. Sending it up to Nest. Amri going for the pass over to the backboard, and Shuffle is able to pick it up and put it in for the 2. Now 13-6 in favor of Elusive. Looks like they are out of time, so this second round will be going in favor of Elusive. Looks like we will be getting a third round in this match. Your game is 7 EST. Well, that might be a bit late for me. I don't know. If it's on Friday, then I'm not going to be confirming anything until probably Friday, because although I do look at matches ahead, like by one day, I don't actually confirm anything, because if there's no cameraman available or maybe something will come up, I don't schedule them super ahead of time, or put myself down for them rather. But Elusive will take that second round. A fairly similar scoreline, just reversed to this first round. It was 4-10 in favor of Jinx in the first round, and in the second round, 13-6. Just a 1 goal difference for either side, comparing it to the first round, but obviously reversed. That's probably a bit confusing. Just Elusive took that second round. We'll be going into a third round, which is always nice. Just taking a look at the stats, it is Cheesy on the side of Elusive, of course, with 4 points. Isaac B with 7. A couple of assists from some of the players, and a few saves and steals on the side of Jinx. We have Amri with 2 points scored, Groundhog with 4, and Shuffle with 2. A few assists, saves, and steals there as well on their side. Now we will be getting into this third round. The initial jostle of the third round, it will be Jinx getting the headbutt off into the orange bubble. Now Shuffle there quickly with the stack, sending it up to Amri. Amri going for the shot and putting Jinx at an early lead. Will be for the 2 points, 2-0 in favor of Jinx. Elusive now taking just advantage, rolling out and picked up by Isaac B. Isaac sending it over to Cheesy. Cheesy making his way forward, looking for pass opportunities. We'll send it across to Not Trap, doing some juking on the ground, trying to get past that defense, and he is able to lose that defender for a bit, but he will decide to send it back to Isaac B at the back line. Going for the reset now, a long pass over to Casby. Casby going for the shot, and he will put it in for the 2. They found that crack in the defense, was able to get that disc past it. Now, tied up 2-2 in this third round, with about 8 minutes 40 remaining on the clock. Groundhog now taking QB, will send it across to the right tunnel. Not able to pick it up is Amri, and it will be picked up by Not Trap, sending it over to Casby 9. Casby making his way forward, looking for a pass opportunity. We'll just decide to send it back to Not Trap at the back. A double stun now coming through, and it will be picked up by Shuffle, getting the clear through. Back into the orange side. And now that Jinx stack is there. First, just overshooting it, but it will be picked up by Groundhog. Groundhog going for the 3. Looks like it was just a miss, so Amri is able to pick up and put it in for the 2. Now Jinx in the lead by 2 points, 4-2. As we do just hit 8 minutes. Isaac B now taking the QB for side of Elusive. Just taking his time, just sitting on that Geo there, making his way forward now. Sending it over to Cheesy. Cheesy making his way forward. Deep into the blue side, he has a pass across and a pass down. That pass down is covered. He will just make his way all the way in the bubble actually. And put it in for the 2, quickly tying it up 4-4. That is one thing a lot of teams forget, is to go for the disc. Like, your team's defense might have all the passes covered, but the one most important thing you cannot forget is you have to send one guy after the disc. It might seem obvious, but you'll be surprised. I mean, when you're focused on, trying to have a good defense, trying to cover them passes, you will sometimes forget to cover to push the disc. So although you may have all the passes covered, you need someone pushing the disc, because ultimately that guy will just make it into a 1v1 against the goalie, and it will more than likely put it in. I mean, there are times where goalies can save it, but it is a risky situation, especially in the regions or in the ranks of silver. Now stolen by Isaac, looking for maybe a bounce shot off the ground. He will not make it. Now picked up by Groundhog. Groundhog sending it over to Shovel. Shovel making his way forward. We'll get the clear through all the way into the orange side. Looks like it could be bouncing in. It will actually bounce in from 65 meters for the 3. Jinx in the lead by 3 points now with 7 on the board. Elusive with 4. With about 6 minutes remaining. Elusive taking Jazz advantage. Trying to send over to the tunnel, but will be missed. Groundhog picking it up. Sending it through, but picked up by Isaac B at the back line. We'll send a long pass over to his teammate Casby9. Casby9 now making his way forward into the bubble. Going for the anchor shot, but he will just be missed. We'll just go wide of the goal. Now picked up by Isaac B. Isaac B sending a pass up to Casby. It will be missed and picked up by Cheesy. Cheesy going for the shot, but there is a goalie, so probably not the best idea to shoot that. Now Shuffle getting the slap off, but picked up by Isaac B. Isaac B going for another shot. They have plenty of time, so they don't need to score a 3 just yet. They can just get 2 2s. Now Casby picks it up for the 2. Well, puts it in for the 2. Making this a 1-point game. There has been just a pause come through again. Of course, for obvious reasons. Not reasons. So, yeah, another pause. I think this is the 3rd pause of this match. So, yeah, we are definitely not getting into that. We're definitely going to have to miss this next match out. Unfortunately, Hyperion versus Phantoms will not be happening, or will not be casted at least, because, well, it's obvious. I mean, we are super late now for that match. Oh, we will be super late. How do they play Echo with all this pausing? I don't know, man. I don't know how you can play with so many pauses. Yeah, it's just a lot of issues. It just happens sometimes where there are just plenty of issues and plenty of pauses, which was unfortunate. The shot was calculated. Was it though? Was it? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Who knows? We only saw it go in. We didn't actually see the entire process. Even Echo doesn't crash this often. Yeah, guess that's true. Comms would be fun. Let's hear the agony. Absolute rigged goal. Yeah, gonna miss Phantoms versus Blank at this point. Feels like we are. If you mean Phantoms, Phantoms are playing both their games today. They were supposed to both be in this cast, but you know, plenty of pauses, so we have to miss that first one. Oh, and there is a third round as well, so even more waiting. Well, not waiting, but looks like we will be finally on pause. The issues have been finally resolved. Halfway through this round, it will be Jinx taking Jazz advantage. 7-6. I have hydrated. Good for you. I actually have some water by me this time. Now Shuffle picking up the disc, making his way forward, sending it up to Groundhog. Groundhog now sending it, trying to send it back to Shuffle. It will be picked up just in time now. The stun coming through, sorry, and the pass will be missed, but stolen by Amri. Amri going for the drive towards goal. Looks like he was about to go for the shot, but it will be stunned out. Now the slap going across into the hands of nobody. As he does just miss the pass, but picked up by Raylan. Tries to send it up to Shuffle, but Shuffle was just preoccupied with the defense. Now a nice leech coming in from Casby. He's able to get that stun off in time and get the clear through, but we'll just bounce back and forth. Picked up by Raylan, who will just lose it off maybe ahead of his teammate. Now a backwards shot going through, an extremely slow shot on a goalie, so that was definitely not going to work. But now Shuffle picking up. We'll go for the shot, but we'll just take a hit off some Geo and we'll bounce back. Not a trap now with the leech, but Shuffle knows he's there, so he will just get the slap through. The clear through will make its way past the backline defense. Nearly going in the blue bubble. Looks like the elusive stack is there first. Isaac B making his way forward, going off the back button. He will put it in for a 2. Elusive now in the lead by 1 with 8 on the ball. Jinx with 7. As we do approach 3 minutes. Will now be Jinx taking Jazz advantage. Groundhog for QB. Sending it over to the tunnel. Will just be a missed pass and make his way into the hands of Cheesy. Stolen by Shuffle though. Shuffle making his way forward. He will just try to send a cross pass, but it will just be missed. Now, looks like the whole side of Elusive is adapting that leashing tactic, which seems to be working for them now. The clear coming through. Picked up by Isaac B. Isaac B is getting pressured by that stack, and the steal will come through from Amri. Amri now trying to get it through, trying to get the clear through. We'll just bounce off some Geo and into the hands of Casby. Casby just duking that first defender, but it will just send it into the hands of Groundhog. Groundhog with the clear now into the orange bubble. Raylan now going for a shot, but it will just be a little wide. Picked up by Amri. Amri going forward, but it will be stunned out by Casby. Casby now with the slap will just take a hit off the wall and will make his way into the mid, but picked up by Groundhog. Groundhog going for the long pass over to Raylan. Raylan making his way forward, looking for another shot, it looks like, and it will just be missed again. As now it is in the hands of Raylan, who just get the slap off, but eventually in the hands of Casby. Casby with the clear. At least round 3 is close. Yeah, at least this is close. Is something. To make up for all those pauses, they have to have an exciting round 3. That should be a new rule. Anyway, the clear coming through will be Amri getting that first, going for the shot off the back button. It will connect for the 2 point. Jinx back in the lead by 1 point. Was that a bounce shot or a miss? I assume you're talking about the shots Raylan took. It looked like it could have been a bounce shot off the sort of roof area, but at the same time it could have been a miss. A lot of Ollie shots on that open goal, yes. Yes. A lot of my shots. Lazy just straight up roasting me there. Now, a steal comes through in the hands of Casby. Casby will get a clear through all the way past those backline defenders. But it will be Raylan picking up first. 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and it is in their side. This will be close. All Jinx have to do is keep possession. But not, the pass over to not trap. But Amri with the steal, and he will clear it. 15 seconds remain now. The clear won't go all the way through, but it will be picked up by Amri again, but stolen by Azagby. Azagby will be pressured though and picked up by Raylan. Raylan going for the shot, and it will not connect. Just barely missing, but another shot going through will miss again. But that will be the end of this third round. Jinx taking it by 1 point, 9-8 in this last round. Definitely a GG. That was definitely a close game. But with that being said, we will just go into a short intermission to move into our next match, which will be our final match, I believe. So bear with us and stay tuned.
Good afternoon, Jackson Jills. I am Monsieur Demouy, and this is 3-Minute Meta. In this third installment, we are going to cover defensive gel schemes. So I'm going to throw a whole bunch of numbers at you, and then we're going to break them down. 2-1-1, 1-2-1, 1-1-2, 2-2, and 1-1-1-1, though we're just going to call this man from here on. These are your basic defensive gel schemes. With the exception of man coverage, the three numbers correspond to three assignments in the following order: forecheck, midfield, and backfield. The numbers represent how many players you are committing to each of these assignments, and pairs typically represent chain pairs. So we'll start with the most common, and so likely the one most familiar to you, the 2-1-1. This scheme is typically run by sending a chain in the direction of the opposing team's quarterback, sending one player up to mid, typically to cover a pass option, and leaving a player back to guard against long shots, deep passes, and clears. It's the most common style of defensive coverage because it also tends to be the safest to run. Any players you send deep are in a pair and so can boost back on defense. There's a goalie protecting the bubble and goal, and the midfield player is not too far out to generally get caught behind the play if the offense progresses through mid. Conversely, a 1-2-1 scheme, while used a fair bit at the competitive level, is also a generally vulnerable scheme. This scheme sends a single player in the direction of the quarterback while setting a chain up to attack the first or second pass. The aggressive nature of the play does lead to some moderate success in forcing a quick turnover, but if the play does not succeed, there's a fair chance that the forechecking player will be caught well behind the play, and thus the offense may be able to push a 4v3 all the way to the goal. This is not to say that the 1-2-1 should not be used, only that you should be aware of the dangers when deploying this scheme. The 2-2 scheme is one that utilizes two defensive chains, generally one to attack the quarterback and one to attack the first pass, or some other combination of similar assignments. It's an incredibly flexible strategy given the ability of having all players on the field in boosting pairs, but it can also be vulnerable to tube shots and long bounce shots if the chains are not quick enough to track down those shots. The 1-1-2 scheme you might consider as more of an alternative to the 2-2 scheme, where instead of sending a pair at the QB, that pair splits with one going to QB and one covering a pass option. This makes the first pass more predictable for the back chain, and so they can set up in a more favorable position to attack. And finally, man coverage is probably one of the most aggressive formations a defense can utilize. This scheme sends each player to cover each of the opposing team's players one-on-one. The idea is to take out all available options while also applying pressure to the quarterback in order to force a bad pass or otherwise any manner of turnover. So long as you're aware of the position of your teammates and can quickly get back together to change your bubble in the event that the coverage breaks down, man coverage should only be moderately more vulnerable than a 2-2 or 1-1-2. So now I'm curious, what sorts of defensive schemes have you seen deployed? Which ones do you consider the most effective? Do you think I missed something or got something wrong? Or do you have any ideas for other 3-minute metas? Please leave them all in the comments below this video. I will be reading through all of them, so feedback is greatly appreciated. But that's it for this installment of 3-minute meta. In the next, we are going to cover initial attack vectors. I've been Monsieur Demouy. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Good afternoon, Jacks and Jills. I'm Monsieur Demouy, and this is 3-minute meta. In this installment, we are going to cover resets. In the next couple videos, we will be going over neutral zone offense, but before we can do that, we need to touch on resets. A common synonym for reset is a back pass, but these are in fact two distinct things. A back pass is nothing more than the act of sending a pass to a teammate in the direction of your own goal. A reset, on the other hand, is a specific type of back pass with a specific purpose. When you send a reset to your backliner, you are in effect resetting the play. You are restarting your attack effort. When we talked about zones, we also talked about the two stages of attack in Echo Arena, and that these two stages are at mid and bubble. So when you are resetting the play, you are allowing your team to properly set up for an attack on either the mid or the bubble. In either situation, this setup is taking place in a neutral zone, and that back pass, that reset, is being sent to a player in the backfield of that given neutral zone. So when is it appropriate to reset the play? This is actually fairly simple to define. A reset will generally only occur in the following situations. 1. You've just broken through mid and are intending to set up to attack the bubble. 2. You just forced a turnover in your own zone. Or 3. Your first attempt to attack a zone failed and you have maintained or regained possession of the disc. This isn't to say that you should always reset in these situations. Rather, there just really aren't any other situations that will call for a reset. It's an obvious point to be sure, but only because in making it we ignore the nuance of exactly when a reset is most appropriate. Another important factor to consider when calling for a reset is your numbers situation. How many players do they have between the disc and the attack zone, and how many players do you have for a coordinated attack? If your number is smaller, you likely want to reset the play in order to obtain a better numbers situation. One of the most difficult bad habits to break in Echo Arena is the inclination to always be moving forward, which also makes resets one of the most difficult good habits for a team to develop. The core of the breakdown lies in a lack of strategic consideration. If you're in a situation that would otherwise call for a reset, you are likely in a situation where the defense has an advantage. If you continue to drive forward despite being at a disadvantage, you increase the chances that the defense will stop the drive and force a turnover. This is a poor strategic decision, even if it sometimes still earns you a goal. You have to train yourself both as a team and as an individual to recognize your strategic situation at any given time. Being able to break down the arena into simple terms, in this case numbers, makes it easier to keep an eye on the overall strategic situation. So long as you're aware of your number situation, you should typically be able to determine when it is appropriate to reset the play. So in the next two videos, we'll be going over neutral zone offense, which I break down into two sections: turnover offense and bubble offense. Following those videos will be my bubble defense episodes, so to those of you that have been requesting it, this is your roadmap to when I intend to deliver on that. But as always, I thank you very much for watching. I've been Monsieur Demouy. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. have been looking for this championship, I think you could say years. They have been hunting this down. They've gotten so close how many times? They got knocked out in the semifinals in ESL 3. They got knocked out in the finals in a 2 back-to-back best-of-5 series against Illuminati in the preseason, and now they unlock that next level that nobody else has been able to get to yet, and they come out and they dominate the season.
Just got past me, he got it. Turned around as the clock was winding down, he nailed it for 3. And as he released that shot, as it was sailing in, that was kind of when they started. And it took a while, it took a few seasons, it took time. It just that exact right mixture of chemistry, of accuracy, of just devastation on offense, on defense. And that's why, despite anything else, you gotta love stories like that, where they don't start at the top. They didn't. They didn't. But they started with some promise. They built upon that to reach the top of the mountain.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joker has just won the championship.
Team Joker, after years, after seasons, all of this time building up to this moment, they are the champions of VR Master League.
They beat their rivals. The first time they played them in the postseason was yesterday, and then they just beat the rivals in the final series in this best-of-5 without resetting the bracket.
Team Joker, after their 2-year rise to prominence, once the Joker and now the King, your Echo Arena champions of North America here in Season 1 of VRML.
Oh my God, that was sick. It's insane. There's sex broke, right? Back, sniper shot for 3. Let's get it, boys. We're down, but we're not out. I have so much hype running through my veins right now. You don't even understand. No one's close to us. No one's even close.
I have an idea. I have a plan.
About to change its evolution. With the shake the ground, you feel it moving. With the revolution.
Good afternoon, Jackson Jills. I'm Monsieur Demouy, and this is 3 Minute Meta. In this installment, we are going to cover turnover offense. Unfortunately, for the vast majority of Echo Arena players, turnover offense amounts to a single strategy, clear and boost. And while a coordinated clear and boost strategy is certainly not a bad one, it is also not the only one. Furthermore, there is a fine line between a coordinated clear and boost strategy versus a panic clearing and hoping you have some teammates close enough to chain together quick enough to get to the disc before the other team strategy. Now, of course, a turnover can happen anywhere in the arena, but when we're talking about turnover offense, we are more often than not referring to turnovers that happen in your own zone, typically when the opposing team is attacking your bubble. This is often one of the most difficult areas of the game for a team to practice and become comfortable with. In these moments, when you've just stolen the disc from the other team right at the edge of your own bubble, your deepest instinct is to clear the disc away from trouble. But success in Echo Arena comes down to the choices we make, and a panic clear is not a choice, it's a bad habit. But before we get to choices, the most important part of a turnover offense is communication. When you score that turnover, it should be immediately communicated that you are in transition. This tells your teammates to begin setting up your turnover offense. This is so important because you may only have a few seconds to react in this situation, so the sooner everyone is on the same page, the better. If you're going with a clear and boost strategy, the moment the disc turns over, a pair of players should be linking together to chain after the disc. You should know before the other team when the disc is getting cleared with instructions on where it is headed. They do not need to be overly specific, but just announcing where the disc is heading as you throw it can give your chain the advantage over an opposing chain. Once the disc is cleared, your remaining 2 players should typically link together and boost downfield so you can set up an attack on the bubble if needed. The common alternative to a clear and boost offense is to set up in a passing formation. This is very much similar to choosing an offensive joust scheme. The moment a turnover happens, your team should start fanning out in an offensive formation looking to set up an attack on mid. What is important here is that everyone has an assignment and knows where they should be going. The specific scheme you choose matters, but not as much as simply having a scheme. In any case, when setting up in this formation, it should also be seen as setting up to attack mid. Where clear and boost is more like an aggressive joust scheme, formation passing on a turnover is generally deploying more of a protect scheme. Passes here should generally be quick, with no one holding the disc for longer than a few moments. If the defense is operating with a chain, there should be an effort to break up or otherwise slow down the attacking chain to clear space enough to get through mid. If the defense is playing with an aggressive man, you need to be winning those 1v1s, otherwise known as your 50-50s, in either slipping in front of your defender or setting them out and leaving them behind. The goal is to move up the field as a unit using your passes to keep the defense off balance. If you are having trouble progressing forward, consider a reset to draw the defense into your zone and then make another attempt with more space in mid. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. I've been Monsieur Demouy. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.
Hello everyone and welcome back to VRML Channel 1. For our last matchup, we have Blank versus Phantoms, this obviously being a master matchup, and I'm obviously still Ismaili, this time joined by NightFiree with Alocoste on the cams. NightFiree, how are you feeling about this last matchup?
You know, it's the Phantoms. It's a master tier. We get to watch them go up against the likes of Blank, you know, rank 6 versus rank 3 worldwide in EU. It's, I mean, hey, it's gonna be a good match. It's gonna have that high octane. It's gonna be quick pace, and hey, I'm curious to see what both teams bring to the table. I mean, Phantoms are 10-2 so far in this regular season. They have very few losses. I'm not sure who they've lost to. I'm sure chat can remind me, but yeah, I mean, let's see what Blank can do as we're getting ready to dive into round 1.
And yeah, Blank being a new team to the master tier in this second cycle, but they've been doing well. Like, they've been keeping up with these higher teams quite well. Like, I remember that Gravity versus Blank match I casted, they did quite well in that one. So I'm excited to see how they do against Phantoms, as Phantoms taking the initial possession on the initial joust, but quickly picked up by Tozis, who will send it through into the mid. Picked up by J4Jack now, going for maybe a long shot, but Lil Rad is there to stop that one, clearing it back through. Picked up by Torin, now Torin do some juking and going for looks like a bounce shot off the ground to get past that goal, and it will go in for a 3. Playing Phantoms at an early lead, 3-0.
We are off to the races. A interesting defensive joust coming in from Blank to initially get the clear and push down, but then the intercept and the push back, that crazy shot from the midfield nearly gets them 3 out the gate, just underneath the hands of the goalie. And a quick stack pressure coming in here out the gate on this offensive joust, instantly passed away by the likes of Blank, and they're looking to get past this midfield defensive setup coming in from Phantoms.
Tozis now trying to fake out that stack, and he just gets stun off, breaking up that stack. And then Twang Pass will send a pass over to J4Jack. J4Jack looking for that reset over to Paddish. Paddish now sending it all the way across, but Emil is there to stop that one. Emil now going for the clear. Could have been a long shot knowing Phantoms, but he's there with the stack and puts it in for a 2. Now 5-0 in favor of Phantoms.
And, you know, like you said, Blank, new addition to the master tier. They're facing off now against some of these higher tier teams in the master division. You know, it's a little bit different when you get up into that rank 1, 2, and 3 in the master tier when you're starting to play against teams like of Phantoms. And I'm curious to see if Blank can adjust here. 5-point lead, not detrimental, and they've been doing good of passing this disc pretty dang accurately to stay at least away from the initial defensive pressure from the likes of Phantoms. The question is can they get an offensive setup going? As I say that stolen and passed down range, here comes the Phantoms attack.
Picked up at the back by Torin, who will just reset it back to Boop. 90 at the back. Back over to Torin now. Torin just duking out that first defend, and he will just lose it to some double grabs, it looks like, now in the hands of Blank, who will get the clear through into the tunnel, but picked up by Boop at the back. Now making his way forward, sends maybe a missed pass, it looks like. And it will be back into hands of J4Jack. J4Jack now trying to get it out, looking for an opportunity to clear it, but it will just be low of the tunnel, back into hands of Emil. Emil now making his way forward. Look, actually going for the shot on an open goal. I did mention earlier how in gold you don't want to leave an open goal. In Master, you definitely don't want to leave an open goal, especially against Phantoms. Phantoms could be on the other side of the court and they would still find a way to get that disc in. Trust me, it has been done before, and Phantoms will do it.
Seems like we're having some tech issues on the side of Phantoms. Hopefully they can sort that out and we'll be back into the action. But I mean, honestly, it's a good time for Blank to sort of reset. Because again, they've been playing they've been playing great. They've had decent offensive rollouts. They just can't get past the midfield. That double stack really applying the pressure on whoever is holding that disc, forcing quick passes. But the quick passes aren't really moving them anywhere. They're just kind of passing around inside their zone, trying to get out. And if they can somehow manage to get past that defensive wall in the midfield, it's going to be interesting to see how Blank attacks, because Phantoms have really just been commanding the disc possession so far in this round one.
They do have that good like triangle setup to try and break up that Phantom stack, which is very fast. But obviously they do manage to break up the stack, but then there is the other two players who just seem to be struggling to get past. Like they are able to just break the stack, but then the clear or the passes would like they try to keep possession by passing it over. But with Phantom's defense, they're just covering all of their passes. Just very good defense, even at the midfield.
Yeah, and I mean we had the luxury of watching this from outside. We're not competing against the likes of Phantoms. It's not an easy task to break free in the midfield from the Phantoms defense. It's been they're ranked 3 in EU for a reason, and so we'll see. A good time out here. Everyone's reset. We're back into round 1. 7 minutes left. So although it is an 8-0 lead, it's not insurmountable, but can't really afford mistakes against the likes of Phantoms. The mispass does come wide there. Does manage to get scooped up by Twang and cleared down range, though. The immediate danger put to bay.
Now, as I believe that was Torin picking up. So trying to send the clear out, picked up by Boop, who will get stunned out, and Jack will pick up, going for the long shot, but it will just be wide, but picked up by Toz, who will put it in for the 2, putting it in for the first 2 points for Blank. Now 8-2 in favor of Phantoms.
And I mean, that 3 was just a hair off, just on the outside of the zone. If anything, a great rebound to make up for it and get the 2 at the very least. But I mean, they're cutting the lead now. Now it's just 6 points. An 8-point lead, not a lot. And with all the time left in the world, I'm interested to see how Blank now go on the defense. If they can weather an offensive push out. Already, it's looking pretty good for Phantoms as they do get set up for the attack inside the zone of Blank. And here comes the full force of this offense.
They'll ride now on the ground, send it up to that was Boop, sorry, and Emil with a long cut pass will put in for the 2. A quick response from Phantoms, just 20 seconds, regaining that 8-point lead. Now 10-2 in favor of Phantoms, and you can tell this is definitely a high level team. I mean, if you don't know the name, you can just tell by the way they play, the way the speed they make their decisions and how fast they pass. Like every player is not holding it. They're not holding it for more than 5 seconds. They know what to do and they're just making it. Now it's Padish making a way forward, just sending it back to Twangpants, just missing, but picked up by J for Jack. Now looking for his passes, looking for his opportunities, but that Phantom's defense staying strong, not allowing him to get any passes. But he does find that pass over to Tozus. Now duking out the defender, sending it back across to J for Jack now just taking his time, looking for an open opportunity. He doesn't want to give it up to Phantoms, because Phantoms will definitely capitalize on any missed pass. Just taking his time. We'll try and fake out that pass attempt. And he will actually get the pass over to Twangpants. Twangpants making his way forward, going for a shot. But Torin, who stunned out, will get the headbutt for the save. But now a pass over to the backboard. Trying to make their way forward. Just a miss. It looks like it was a ding. Now back into hands of Twangpants, who will get it stolen by Emil.
Jeez, and a wild attack coming in from the likes of Blank. They had a great setup around the zone. They're back here to get in time to get this clear and continue this offensive pressure. As I say that, scooped up, intercepted, re-grab by Twang as the shot comes out on goal. Here comes another one, a 3, dings up to the top of the zone. The re-grab comes in and we're battling for dispossession inside the zone of Blank. This game certainly what you expect out of the Master Tier. Both of these teams proving that they're capable of playing fast, capable of playing quick. The question is, can Phantoms pile onto this lead? They can. Emil finds an open hole in the goal, puts in another 2, and yeah, their decision making, like you said, is so quick for them to just instantly roll out, regain those 2 points that they had lost, and then now to pile on. I mean, it's a 10-point lead with 4 minutes left is not easy to come back from.
But they do have 4 minutes, so it is something. There's now a quick rollout comes through. J for Jack sending it back to Padish, that fast stack from Phantoms, keeping up with that disc, trying to intercept the pass. Now it goes back to Toes. Toes sending it across to Twang Pants. Will just be a missed pass. Now straight into the hands of Torrent. Torrent send it up to Emil. Emil will send it through into the blue side. Now race for dispossession. Poop will pick it up and it will go for the long shot and it will connect for the 3 from 27 meters, adding on to that lead. Now 15-2 in favor of Phantoms.
And you know, Blank have been going with a new rollout here. You know, initially in the start of this round, they were having issues getting out with their slow rollout. Now they've sped it up. They've thrown in a bit of a more quick rollout, and it's working well. It's getting them past the midfield, but then they can't get the attack set up the way they're hoping for because, like you said, this double stack is just all up in the face. It keeps applying the pressure. It's forcing these quick passes. It's allowing them to get in their hands on the disc and continue to score points. Emil puts another 2 in, and, you know, if Blank can reset here and reassess, maybe there's an opportunity to keep round 2 a little closer. At the very least, they should try and get some points on the board just to prove that they can get past this midfield defense from the likes of Phantoms.
Now as Toes will take QB. Phantoms not immediately pressuring that disc now, sending it down to Twang Pants back to Toes. Toes trying to fake out that stack and maybe get a stun off on them to break it up. Now up to Paddish. Paddish is getting pressured. Will not get the block off and Boop will regain possession for Phantoms. Now going for a similar bounce shot off the ground and it will connect for another 3. Phantoms now with 20 points. Blank with 2. They are just 2 off from a mercy in this first round.
Phantoms just coming out guns blazing here in round 1. Maybe I'm curious what the scoreline was of their last game because they seem to be coming in with some good momentum. If I had to guess, it went 3 rounds based on the time, but either way, we are here, and Phantoms are really, well, danger close to getting themselves a mercy in round 1 as they set up for the offensive attack yet again. It's been tough for Blank to shut down. That's really been, I think, one thing that Phantoms have done well is they just haven't really given even an opportunity for Blank's defense to set up. Now Blank's defense is set up. The back pass to the back of the zone dings out the bottom of the goal. The rebound's there, slapped away.
Slapped away, but Torrent is at the back, able to pick it up, sending it over to Emil. Emil now taking his time, looking for a pass. We'll send it across to Boop. Boop going for a long shot, and he will actually place it too high for the goalie to catch now for 3, and Phantoms with the mercy 23-2 in this first round.
Well, hey, I mean, like you've been saying, Blank have been playing really well in this Master Tier, and, you know, you can't, if they did go undefeated in this Master Tier, it would be even more of a story. You know, now they're going, as they continue to climb, they face some tougher and tougher opponents, and it's a learning experience for this Blank team. And so, you know, I think in my opinion, I've already seen Blank try and adapt their rollouts and strategies to some extent, just within round 1. Now, maybe with a bit of a pause, they can sort of reassess and try some fresh tactics here in round 2. But I'm not counting Blank out just yet. Phantom certainly, obviously, with the mercy, they're looking very good. But I'll hold out for at least a decent round 2 here out of Blank because I think they got it in them.
I think they got it in them too. I mean, they are able to adapt, but what gets confusing in the Master Tier, at least when you say it out loud, is Blank adapts to Phantoms, but then Phantoms adapts to Blank, so Blank has to adapt to Phantoms again. It's like, it's just this whole cycle. You just have to adapt and adapt, and at one point you probably will be playing a completely different game. Like you won't be using any joust that you might have practiced. Nothing. Just it'll be very different. That's what's interesting about Master Tier.
That's what makes it, I mean, really honestly so exciting because you get to sort of see a lot in real time how teams adjust, how teams shift their strategies. Look at here, a bit of a defensive rollout coming in again from the likes of Blank. It worked well for them at least the start of round 1 last time where they had dispossession, and now here they again have dispossession. Maybe they can start round 2 off with a bang with a little bit of a lead.
Twang Pants just missing that pass over to Toes. Toes will be able to recover with a nice slap pass over to Jack. Jack getting back to Twang Pants. Twang Pants just getting that pass over to Toes as he does get stunned out. Toes is sending it all the way back to Paddish. Paddish now up to Twang. Twang Pants now making his way forward, trying to get past that defender. We'll just decide to send it back to Paddish yet again to reset it. Just a missed pass will come through and it will be picked up by Lil Rad. Lil Rad going for a long shot, it looks like. It will just miss as it goes low of the goal, but quickly picked up by Torrent and he will put it in for the 2.
You know, it's just a couple of panicked back passes there, all forced by the likes of Boop, who was just floating around in the midfield by himself. He is, I mean, just playing great defense. Really a dangerous pressure threat there in the midfield. And here is another bit of a slow rollout coming in from Blank. This was what was causing them a bit of an issue in round one. They were having trouble getting past the midfield. Maybe now they can as the clear comes in. The stack, though, look at how quick the reaction of Phantoms is. They scoop it up. They want to lock in this series. They want to keep piling on to their lead as they go in for the attack. Is this a shot?
Oh.
Wow.
That was definitely a shot. I mean, Boop, it looks like it wasn't just a clear, it was aimed, and it is actually a shot that people do take off that wall. So for another 3, Boop will put it in from 47 meters. Phantom's now 5 in the lead. Now Blank taking Jazz advantage. It will be Toes taking QB. We'll get it past that stack over to Twang Pants, but that stack faster react will be there nearly instantly. Now the pass up to Toes. Toes back down to Twang Pants. Twang Pants looking for the clear. We'll just bounce off some Geo. Closely followed by that Phantom stack. Able to just stun them out. Now Twang Pants is going looking at a 2v1. He just dodged that first defender. Send it up to Toes. Toes is up to J for Jack. And J for Jack will put it in for the 2 with a nice cut pass from Blank.
Just a great setup and a great attack there. That's what's going to get you goals against a team like Phantoms, is to have that sort of, I mean, textbook passing, the 1-2-3 to set them up for the attack. Just a great job to get past what is otherwise been a pretty forward and aggressive Phantoms defense. Now we'll see what Blank can do on the defense of their own. They're trying to mimic that stack pressure, but they lose the stack a little bit and allows time for Phantoms to set up.
Now the pass back down to Lil Rad. Lil Rad will send it back to Torin. Torin now making his way forward. We'll send a quick pass down to Emil. Emil will look for the pass. We'll just duke out that first defender back with a stop. Now Boop going for a long shot. And look at that placement.
It dings off literally the bottom corner of the goal. He's just getting just barely out of the reach of the goalie there to make that shot. And to sink it in as a 3 nonetheless. I mean, Boop having a heck of a game here today, playing some great defense, sinking some wild shots to get Phantoms. Again, a nice 6-point lead here in round 2. Blank, though, can apply the pressure. They can stop this from happening. They've proven that they can attack effectively onto the defense of Phantoms. We'll see if they can set something up here as the disc gets down into Phantom zone.
And I have to point out as well that wasn't a lucky shot. Like, that Boop was aiming, or was it Boop that took that shot? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
he was aiming for that pocket, which is, it shows the skill of the Master tier as well. He was able to just in that small area put it in and get it past the goalie even for a 3. Now as Emil takes another long shot, it will just be wide. No bounce back into hands of Paddish. Paddish will try to clear it out, but in the hands of Boop, who will go for another long shot, put it in for another 3.
Yeah, at this point, if it falls into the hands of Boop on the outside of the zone, you got to be a little bit worried. He is really on fire here, finding these holes in the defense, sinking 3s when there are defenders around. A really nice job there, and it is what is allowing Phantoms to really run away with this series. As I say that, a good bit of pushing out here coming in from the offensive joust of Blank, but instantly picked up by that reserved defense. It's something they can afford now. Oh no, Boop taking another long range 3. I mean, come on.
Jeez. That's a lot of long range 3s.
It's put 2 on Boop. Double pressure him. Something needs to be done. This guy is a danger when the disc gets into his hand, no matter the range. He is really, I mean, he's the one that's adding the insult to the injury of the Phantoms lead. This defensive stacks here. It's pressuring. Here comes another 3.
That's another sort of dangerous thing about Phantoms that also puts them high in that Master tier, is that all their players can do a bit of everything. Like, all the players are pretty much insanely accurate, not just Boop, but whatever. We did see Boop take quite a lot of good shots in this round, but they cannot all pretty much do everything. Like, you could put double pressure on Boop, but it could be Emil maybe who we just saw taking a 3, and he will most likely sink it if it's an open goal.
Yeah, everyone obviously very talented on a team at this high in the master tier. Everyone capable of making long-range shots. The mail slot shot goes just a bit wide. Boop trying to get fancy yet again with another sniper shot, but can't quite thread the needle. Gets cleared downrange, and there's 4 minutes left for Phantoms to try and mercy another round here out of blank, because they are danger close to that opportunity, as again, they set up for the attack. Good pass here, does go a bit wide, and maybe a chance to get this disc and push out, but Boop's got it in his hands, and he's a dangerous threat. You can't let him hold on to it for too long as he back passes.
Now Lil Rad taking his time. We'll send it over to Emil. Emil now making his way forward, going for the quick pass over to Torren. Torren drawing that goalie out, and he will get past the goalie, putting it in for the 2. Now 19-2 in favor of Phantoms. Still 3.5 minutes, or just under 3.5 minutes remain on the clock.
You know, I'm kind of curious thinking about it. I wonder if Blank's lost a Master Tier match since they've joined the Master Tier. I don't know the exact numbers, but you know, either way, this certainly is you know, again, a learning experience if you're the team from Blank. You know, you get to sort of see what these crazy angles are, what these insane shots are that these teams at this level can make. And hey, they're going to have to tighten up the defense now. They're going to be aware. They have to be aware that these things can happen and figure out ways to combat it. Because I mean, geez, Boop has he's just hunting for these long range threes at this point.
Now as Tozis will take QB this time, going for a fast rollout. Will be a missed pass, getting past that Phantom stack, but picked up by Torren. Maybe looking for a shot off the ground. Will just miss, but that quick. Oh, nice save actually from Padish. Will deny that backboard attempt, and now a good defense coming in from Tozis, getting that disc off Lil Rad and now clearing it through. Will make its way past the backline defense in the hands of J4Jack. J4Jack going for the long shot, and it will just ding off the rim. Now back in hands of Emil. Emil looking for an opportunity. We'll send it over to Torren, and Torren will go for the long shot, and it will just be a bit wide. Now back into hands of J4Jack.
Yeah, you can see now everyone is hunting for those long-range snipes. Emil, Lil Rad, everyone looking for it. Boop tossing another one off the bottom of the zone. Goes a bit wide, but it's into the hands of his teammate, who sinks it for 2. And just like that, Phantoms lock in round 2 with a double mercy. I mean, hey, Phantoms just performing in this series today.
I find it hard to believe that they had a match before this as well. Just from...
It's nuts because I mean, based off the timing, when it started, that match had to have gone 30 minutes, you know, so I think it's safe to assume it could have been 3 rounds potentially. You know, it's... either way, yeah, for them to be able to just come in like this and play so clean, such few errors after, like you said, already playing a series, it's a testament. It proves that, you know, again, this Phantoms team is a dangerous squad at the upper half, in the upper half of this Master Division.
I mean, not much to say. I mean, I can't really say. I'm pretty much speechless, and I mean, that's not a good thing when you're a cast and you're supposed to say stuff, but just Phantoms with an insane performance. I really thought it was going to be closer. I really thought Blank was going to score some more points maybe and have a closer match, maybe with a good defense, but that really has just surprised me as well with Phantoms with that double mercy.
And I mean, Blank had good attacks. They had good moments when they had their offensive setups. They looked clean. You know, they had great passing when it happened, but just a few little mistakes get punished. You know, at this level, you can't really miss any passes. They will get intercepted. You know, there's just such little room to mess up. And you know, Phantoms again just playing a good, clean game. You know, a solid series to wrap up the block on, I think.
Yeah, with that being said, we will just wrap up this block. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that last match. I definitely did. That was definitely a very great match to cast and hopefully a good match to watch. But as usual, I've been It's Me Only, joined by NightFiree and Alocoste on the cams, running the show, making it look awesome, even more awesome than the players themselves. But have a great day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all soon.
We're underway.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.